In 2022, I bought my first apartment here in Germany, and just a couple of days ago, I received my first rent payment from my tenant. In between these two photos, I made a ton of mistakes that cost me a lot of money. But I didn't know any better at the time. So let's go through my real estate journey step by step so you can learn from my mistakes and make your first real estate investment a whole lot easier and a lot more profitable than I did. The first of 7 steps is that you need to prepare yourself, financially at least, emotionally at best. Because if you wake up in the morning, I want to buy a property, you have very little chance of success if you made no preparations at all. Why? Because this whole investment cost me more than 50,000 euros. That's why. You need savings if you want to invest in real estate, a significant amount of it. Try to have at least 10% of the property value you want to buy in cash. Because my closing costs alone were 927 euro to the land registry to make me the rightful owner of the property, 3,080 euro for the notary to certify the deal, and 19,175 euro of ground purchase tax to Finanzamt. Because the property is in North Rhine-Westphalia, that is 6.5% of the property value. In other German states, like here in Bavaria, it can be 3.5% only. And that's why properties here in Bavaria are so popular among you guys, because I would have saved almost 10,000 euros in taxes. And I could have saved even more in taxes if I would have utilized the 7 real estate tax tricks that I talk about in this video. Once you are prepared, it's time to choose the right property. And for that you have to ask yourself 2 basic questions. Which location do you want to buy in? For me, it was clear from the very beginning that I will get a professional property management company who will take good care of my property and find a tenant for me. That allowed me to buy a property anywhere in Germany because my presence at the property is never required. And that's why I chose to invest in a suburb of one of the top 7 cities here in Germany, Düsseldorf. And the second basic question, do you buy an old or a new property? Back in 2022, I decided to invest in a new building because my tax rate wasn't the highest, as I only founded PerFinEx the year before. Today I would decide different. Today I would buy an old property that needs renovations because I would get a lot of tax benefits. In a video coming out soon, we will show you an example of a girl that invests 11,000 euro in a property, saved 21,000 in taxes and got 9,000 euro from Finanzamt. So she almost got her entire investment back in less than 1 year after buying the property. Incredible! After shortlisting a couple of properties, it was time to leave the house and take a good look at all the options. I documented the entire process in a video that you can watch right here. And let me give you my biggest learning after working in the real estate industry for almost 5 years now. Back in 2022, I wanted everything to be perfect and I paid the price for it. But every property can be great if you have the right strategy and you know what you're doing. We got this apartment with black mold everywhere, extremely cheap, best price ever because nobody wanted to have it. Now we renovate it, for which we get huge tax benefits, and then it is top notch again and ready to be rented out. And if you want to buy a property together with us as well, then you can book a free meeting with us right here so we can discuss what property would be best for you. After finding the right property, it was time to find the right mortgage, which was incredibly tough as a self-employed person. We work with 800 banks or so here in Germany, but if you're self-employed, most of them drop out immediately. And that's why my mortgage has an interest rate of 4.29% and I needed to make a down payment of a little over 10% as well. Far worse than any mortgage we have done over the years for you employees. The property plus parking was 295,000 euro and my mortgage is 265,000 euros. And now you know why this entire investment cost me over 53,000 euros. 23k for the closing costs and 30k for the down payment. Was this the most incredible real estate the world has ever seen? Certainly not. But the property basically pays for itself now on an after-tax basis, so I don't have to put in any more money. And as of December last year, my mortgage went down to 251,000 euros. So even if we assume that the property didn't rise in value at all since I bought it, I have 44,000 free equity now. 295,000 property minus 251,000 euro mortgage. That is almost my initial investment of 53k pre-tax, and a lot more than my initial investment if you factor in the tax benefits that I got over the last years. And now the property is slowly but steadily starting to make a positive cash flow. So even with this one being not the best real estate deal ever, it made it so much easier for me to buy all the other properties I bought since then, because I cash out refinance the free equity that I have. With the property and the mortgage in my pocket, it was time to go to the notary and secure the deal. This is the easiest step, to be honest. It's a 1 or 2 hour meeting in which the notary reads the entire purchasing contract to you word for word, to make sure everyone understands what's about to happen. Then you sign the purchasing contract together with the seller, and the property is yours. It's that easy if you did all the prior steps correctly. And then it was a whole lot of waiting until the property is finished because it was still under construction. During that time, the seller sent invoices every once in a while according to the cost plan in the purchasing contract. Which was not a lot of work for me, to be honest, because as soon as I made my 30k down payment, I forwarded all the invoices to the bank and they paid the seller. And then in late 2024, it was finally time. The property was almost completed and the property manager started searching for tenants. And still to this day, I am extremely happy that I didn't have to do this by myself, especially since the property is over 600 kilometers away from where I am. The property manager published my apartment online, separated the good from the not so good applications for me, and sent me his favorite 3, so I could choose which one I liked the best. And now I have a very nice lady living in my apartment that is always contacting the property management company in case something is wrong. What am I supposed to do from 600 kilometers away? I don't have the time, the desire, or the skill to fix things. I'm an investor here, and that's why I focus on step 7, buying new properties. I like the entire process, even though it was scary in the beginning to deal with these numbers worth hundreds of thousands of euros. And it was pretty annoying at times too when the bank asked for another document and another and another. And it wasn't cheap either with the 50k investment. But I have my money back already, get a lot of tax benefits every year, and sooner or later I'll make a positive cash flow too. Was it the best real estate deal in the world? No. But I didn't know any better 3 years ago, and it was at least a whole lot better than this deal where one of you guys got scammed big time. And if we can help you make the most of your real estate investment journey, then let us know by booking a free meeting with us right here.